Okay, welcome to episode 1 where we're discussing the product name that we're going to choose for the minimum viable product of my bookmark visualization tool. At the end of episode 0, which was more of a sound and video test, highlighted that I need to be quicker at what I do. So this one's going to be pretty quick, and that's mostly unintentional because I did a recording, it took an hour and 15 minutes, and then realized that I hadn't set up my OBS recording situation and it was dropping frames like no one's business. So I'm now going to summarize it to you. The Chat GPT5 session that we did last week identified these product names, and the only one that I really liked was VizPad, and unfortunately the .com's not available, and I find more often than not when it's not available I'm not particularly interested. Plus I quite like using X still, and in this particular case VizPad was not available. So I went through a process of going through about 30-40 other candidates, and one of them came out as being quite good, or I thought was quite good. It was a play on domain names. The domain name I was hoping for was reviz.it, as in revisiting a site with a Z, reviz.it. Now reviz.it was available as a domain name, and I went off to dutifully buy it, and then learned that Italy doesn't want UK companies to be registering .it for Italy domain names. So that was a big fail, and I even went through the process of finding out whether reviz.it was actually trademarked, and I checked Canada, which is where reviz.it seems to be registered. Or at least I think the company name that was mentioned on this site. Checked the United States and checked the United Kingdom. No signs of trademark, so I thought I was actually safe with that one. Part of the whole process of setting up Google Play and Apple is to have a company website all set up. So I'm doing this as part of the Robbie W Online channel. So I've created a new website. It literally is just a placeholder, and I'm actually still waiting for it to be propagated. So literally nothing to see. But I do have my new domain and the app name of VizUrl. So probably more technical people than the general Joe blogs would know a URL is like a universal resource location, and basically every web address is a URL. So I was thinking visual and VizUrl or VizUrl is pretty close to being useful, and I don't know whether we're going to productize this at all. So I thought, well, I just need a name and just need to get started. So that's where I am, and this would have been a lot quicker if it wasn't for the fact that after episode 0 I ended up with a migraine for about 3 days. So I really wasn't interested in recording any sessions. But I'm now waiting for my approvals from Apple Developer and Google Play to be completed, all the verification process. So that means that I can start publishing as Robbie W Online, hopefully, if all goes well. So this one's really short, just to really announce that the product name for this, the minimum viable product, is VizUrl or VizUrl. Pronounce it how you will. I'm not protective of it. So the next episode will be just basically talking about the requirements, what I want this app to do, and then start implementing some of it. But I'm not focusing in on any implementation details at this stage. I might talk about storing things, but I'm not going to say where it's going to be stored. I might need synchronization of data between the mobile app and the website, but it will be talked about really generically. So trying to get a complete list of all the requirements. That will be the next one. And then hopefully we'll be able to start throwing together some minimum viable products. Okay, that's it. It sounds like somebody's at the door.
Someone is at the doorbell.